Hey, we're back. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. You know what time it is. If not, you can take a look at my shoulder. Anyway, I just thought this would be an interesting jacket to wear because time is, in the words of Jamie Masada, my favorite Persian, is essencing sunnah. It's essencing. Everything very, very, very crucial at this point. Crucial. When you try to translate for Persians, it's really difficult. For example, my hair, to black people, they'll say, wow, that's sick. And I'm like, thanks. But when a Persian says, why is your hair sick? I really think it has an ailment. I really do. I'm trying to practice on a few things because I have to be guaranteed that I perform. This weekend, guys, you guys are watching. You guys are watching. You're live. You know that we're going to be 2810 Main Street. The name of the club is Nameless, similar to Toothless. But we'll talk about that later because my dentist has a slogan, smiles change lives. And I'm getting ready to change yours, Dr. Roth. One tooth at a time. Did that move? It did. Please don't tell me you're putting it outside.
No, I was going to kill it.
All right. I mean, I don't want to just like...
No, it's on in your shoe now.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
What do you do?
What's that?
No real men.
Roach carcass?
No, it wasn't a roach carcass. Trust me. I would turn white and say, it's a cricket. I know how to be white when I have to be. That's when white people are around. Because that's what they say. Oh, it's a cricket. It's not a cricket. It's a roach. And we have a really exciting thing going on here at the LA School of Comedy. I want to just say, it's been a crazy couple of years, but I've seen these people bloom and grow, and I'm so proud of them. On our news edition, of course, Jason Ham, your producer over here, that's making all this happen and all fancy stuff. And your comedy concierge, Samantha Linderman. And our recent graduate of USC, darling, is Ryan Benson. That's right, because I'll forget his name by the end of the night, because that's been happening lately. And my cousins are upset that I can't remember their kids' names when their names are Rashi, Joaquim, Khalim, Rahman. That's not easy to remember when, I'm just saying. All right, so there's a lot of stuff happening. I just feel like that she's exposed. Don't you feel like it's exposed when you see the back of a speaker with no panties on? Speaking of no panties,
I'm going to buy that book. Why didn't I know that?
I mean, speaking of no, please, I know I have a panty sniffer in my building. I hate when he's in my I call him, he's PS, panty sniffer. So he's sniffing around. And so my bedroom was, I said, what are you doing in there? And he says, no, I was fixing the window. And I was like, why are you over by my panty drawer? And he goes, well, I go, my underwear. And I realized you guys don't wear underwear, but in Jersey, you put on your underwear, put on your drawers. That's what you put on some drawers. My mother used to say dungarees. Does anybody remember dungarees?
Yeah, jeans.
Yeah.
Dungarees.
You do, right? Yeah, that's a Louisiana boy. He remembers a lot. Did you watch Your Honor yet? Why?
I didn't even know what it was.
I love this guy. He never knows. He's the only Italian I know that says he's not really Italian, but always says, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know nothing. So it's remarkable. I love Italians. Did you do the Italian, what's the Italian? What do they do, Patty? The loaves of bread?
Loaves and fishes.
Loaves and fishes, that's right. You didn't do that? No, see, in my house they were throwing
Feast of
shit.
San Gennaro.
The Feast of San Gennaro, right? That's always fun. Do you know what that is? They don't have that in Mississippi,
I
right?
think that's like a northern
No,
thing or
I
something
don't
like
think
that.
they have to feed.
New Orleans does Mardi Gras.
Yeah, we did Mardi Gras growing up. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whoa,
I'm
whoa.
from Mississippi. Yeah.
Oh, no doubt. I'm from New Orleans.
Yeah,
Cool.
so-
Wait till he meets Leroy Jackson. Maybe they can just fall asleep on each other. We'll just say. I'm just kidding. You know when someone's telling you they're not sleeping, you're like, but you're drooling. Come on in. We're waiting for you.
Hey.
Hello there, handsome. Handsome, don't forget this Sunday. You got to show up. Looking good. All right. Wow, your mouth's full. I know it's like to be a girl on a first date.
Hey!
Hey!
Oh!
We're a clean show. Did I say that? That's Samantha with that shocked face of hers all the time. She's like, how did she say it?
Is this a... Yeah.
Does anybody know any British-speaking comedians, by the way? Just looking for a Brit for a gig.
What about that one girl that came in that one time?
Oh, yeah.
In the black.
Bridget?
What is it?
Oh, the other one?
I don't know. There was like one girl came in like a couple months ago.
Was she with Latter-day
She looked like-
Saints?
She looked like the girl from Star Wars. She
Oh.
had that British face. I don't know how to explain it.
It's like me, but white. Ugly. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. My best friend told me that. She said if you were white with that nose, you'd be ugly. Who is it? Do you know? Who is it? I need it.
Do you want me to?
Alright. Take over, Sam.
We are live. We are live. We are live right now. Are you watching us? We are live right now, and this is Nameless calling. Give a round of applause for Nameless. Yes, because we are going to see you on Sunday. Can I call you after this show? I just want you to know how important you are. Love you. I'll call you back.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
That was
Now I got a boss. That shit's new. But I love you, bossy. I know you're looking. That's what they call it. And also, Field of Dreams. Bring your LASC card. Get 10% off your weed. All right? And if you can do better, go up to Global, which is much cheaper. Just go Global. They're selling, listen to me. They're selling the little packs for $50 across the street. When you can get one for $32, buy two, get one free. And yes, the owner's Jewish, and I love him, okay? Because I got him a real medicine patch for his back. I was like, this is bullshit, this little patch you're wearing. Because I tried that. I thought it would help my pain, but it didn't help my pain. Nothing helps my pain. But I haven't seen this gentleman go on stage for a minute. And the last time I saw him, he was just being like a real actor. And you really only know acting. I'm sorry, guys. I know you guys are actors, some of you. But when you go to England, you're going to see actors. That's when you really see acting. Because I fell asleep in Les Mis 3 times in Manhattan, okay? And you're all my ex-boyfriends, and now I can tell you the truth. It was boring. But when I was in London, I paid attention. And you'll pay attention. For this next guy who's putting together our very own improv class here at LASC. Give it up for Ryan Benson. Let him hear you. Ryan!
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
I'm here to start off our open mic night. It's going to get sensual. It's going to get hot. It's going to get spicy. All consensual, of course. I think that me as a person, if I'm going to go the PC approach to starting this, I'd like to say I identify as a comedian. My pronouns are ha-ha.
That's great.
That's all I have for today. No. You know, I'm someone who likes to do comedy, but I also act. As said before, I like to sing, and I'll do anything you want me to for $25. But, you know, you could say I'm Ryan Benson, but that's not enough. Going for the actor life, I need to spice it up to not sound like white enough. I need to sound a little bit like more, at least heightened white.
Heightened white.
Yeah, so I'm going by Ryan C. Benson, putting the middle initial in there to kind of like stand out. But then when I Google searched, I found out there's already a famous Ryan C. Benson before me. He won the first season of Biggest Loser. So it's, you know, it's a weird, like, when people, like, they're like, oh, I want to see Ryan C. Benson. I've heard of him. They just see that, you know. So you could say I have some big pants to fill. You know, I don't really, like, you know, wish poorly upon someone, you know. But I really wish Ryan C. Benson has a lot of food. Someone just really, you know. I hope he just gets food. He doesn't need to starve anymore. So I can be the new one. But I come from Lake Forest, Illinois, originally. I'd compare it to the Orange County of Chicago. Pretty, preppy Vineyard Vines things. Was really weird for someone who had red hair. You get bullied a lot just for that, because it's only white people, so you don't really get, like, you know, there's no other people to be racist towards. So they find reasons. They find reasons. I wouldn't say like I'm a minority, but, you know, redhead lives matter.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know, like, I'm doing comedy. It's usually for people who are, I think, sad. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a sad person. I'm doing comedy. If you think people that are having fun up here, it's a lie. It's weird because it's like you ask, like, why would me be sad? You know, you look back at it. I grew up in the Lake Forest suburbs, white. Everything was given to me. I had good parents. They were together, you know, happy. But I think it's like they loved me, but they might have loved me too much, I think. Like law of diminishing returns, kind of. You know, you just start to, I don't know, it just didn't go well. And, like, I've developed a taste for expensive shit. Which I just say, I like good things. That's what I say. But it's always like $300. And that just means I have, like, just means I'm a burden upon my parents. I'm a financial irresponsibility. I've been created. So much that I am no longer the first of the will. My younger sister is now number one. She gets all the money in the house. So that's cool. I know that she'd give me money. I'm definitely not good with money, and I've definitely set up a life to not get much money. But there's other ways. I've decided you don't need to just be a performer. You can use your skills for other things. Now that I'm a graduate from USC, I think I'm gonna put my skill towards making acting school for porn stars. It's necessary at this point, guys. Since COVID, I've done deep analysis on the porn structure, and I'm like, from the actor's perspective, I'm just not feeling it. I'm feeling myself, but I'm not feeling them. And I just kind of get disappointed, and I'm like, I know what I would do, but I'm not, I'm not gifted like them. You can say it how you want. I'm out of my league. Unless you want to see me getting fucked in the ass, that's kind of all I'm probably used for. But besides the point, I think I would be a great person to at least teach them, so I could at least experience it more personal. I'm also giving out scholarships for people who will have sex with me. Lucrative. It's technically, I would call it an audition. Yeah, they call them casting calls. I call it applications.
Yeah.
I would teach them cool things about what it's like. I want them to know, but what's your action verb when you're fucking your stepmom? Like, what are you trying to get out of this? There's always a want, and that want's primal. And that's something only an actor's mind can teach. They're more focused on the penetration. I'm more focused on the psychology. Let's see, what else do I even want to talk about? Go back to how that I'm sad and like a glass half empty kind of guy. When I was younger, for all my child photos till I was 6, I was always frowning. There was never, they're like, let's take a smile. I go, this is just how I was. I was like, I want to hate the world. I'm like, how dare you want to show my face and join? I was like self-conscious about showing that I was having a good time. I think. I'm like, no, you don't get to commemorate this. But it's literally, I look like I was taking a shit in all my photos. Just because that's the literally. I wasn't once you're taught how to shit as a kid, you just do it. They don't really tell you everything else. So I got into custom of making that face whenever I'm shitting. So I was putting 100% force into all my shits for a long time. I'm surprised my body is still holding up. But luckily, my mom always would remind me that once we went to a Target when I was younger, gotta take a shit. Targets are pretty good bathrooms, surprising for them. Don't go to Walmart. But I went in there, and then some kids came out laughing, snickering, and they heard a. That's what they heard. So I'm a beautiful person on the inside. It's okay. I just didn't understand that you got to relax. Things don't need to be. The things that you need to happen don't need to be forced. Yeah, and it's you can learn a lot from taking shits.
Is that an anal sex reference?
No, not yet. I was trying to make sure I didn't go towards sex. So I'm going to not. Because shitting is everyone experiences it. Whether you like to admit it or not. Everyone does it. Everyone poops. That's the book. But I'm going to move away from shit humor into something else. How many more minutes do I have?
About 2.
2. I'll just say, I work at Levi's something. I sell jeans. I'm a big denim guy. It's pretty cool. I know. What are you size 32, 33 waist? What is it? Yeah, 32?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. See? At first when I clocked you, I was thinking first size 32 waist for him, but I was like, it could be a 33. But you see, that's why I'm working. I'm a stylist. I'm not a retail worker, okay? Yeah, that's what it should be. I mean, to be honest, I like other brands, but they don't give me 70% off.
Okay.
Like Levi's, So, got my jeans on here. It's cool. It's really cool to get paid to look at people's asses. Very grateful for that. But you can't be sus about it when you get to enjoy it because I'm in LA. I'm very grateful. There's a lot of beautiful asses here that get put on Levi's. I get to see. But most people go for like the higher expensive, like people that are actually rich and hot, like they don't go to try things on. So it's always some Europeans that come in because Levi's are, they're cheaper here. They love Levi's. They go Levi, and they have it written down. They don't speak English. They come in, and then I give them some pants. They never fit the person they're trying to get, but it's okay because I don't care. Yes, this is going to be the end of my time up here. I'm your first comedian of the night, Ryan C. Benson.
Yeah,
And
man.
where do we find you?
You can find me at Levi's tomorrow and Sunday. I'm really good at putting pants on you, but I'm even better at taking them off.
Hey,
Thank you.
Hey.
Hey, now.
I really love. You got to work on your acting thing. That's funny. That's funny. Because you know why? You need to have a storyline. You're an actor, and you're going to do that. You got to do this bit, but you have to really be committed to it.
They're playing pretty
You know
good,
why? Right. Just right. Do it. Be committed to it, and don't go to the shit part because you can't do that if they're eating food. They're eating shit. I'm kidding. I'm only kidding, guys. I'm only being serious.
I'm only being
I'm only being
No supper
serious.
club.
That's an old one. Jesus Christ. That is corny.
expecting to do any. For sure.
All right. This is the way to go. Are you guys ready? We're ready to go. I usually bring this guy up later, but I'm going to bring him up because he's from New Orleans. Let's give it up for Stu Marino.
I love him. Yeah, baby, give it up for Stu Marino, you motherfucker.
Trust me, the set's not gonna be as good as that energy was. Alright, I got a little timer going. Okay. Got these pants.
Woo!
Happy Friday, everybody.
Yes. Good show.
Alright. All I was thinking when you were on stage was like how redheaded people always have to pick like odd clothing to wear. It makes sense that you wear a lot of denim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not even being mean. Does that make sense?
Not much matches with.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
I gotta
Like
see.
you're not gonna wear black suits around, like or like a hockey jersey. It's like we're fucking like red hair,
Classic
fucking
guy.
under 5'10", wearing denim.
Ah,
Happy holidays, everybody. Happy holidays, everybody. I hope you guys don't mind if I don't have like a full set, so I hope you guys don't mind if I interact.
Interact,
A
man.
little crowd work here.
We'll work in the crowd.
How was who wants to talk about their holidays? How was it? What about you, Patty? What'd you do
I
for
spend my
Christmas?
holidays, like I do every year, surrounded by Filipinos.
Okay.
It's good
What
for
is
me.
what is a Filipino Christmas like?
First of all, Filipinos start decorating for Christmas in July.
Is that so?
Nobody wears shoes. I don't know if you've ever been to a Filipino house. It is a mortal sin to wear shoes into the home.
it should be.
It's just as all my Christmases are, me and what. But here's the thing: I'm a 60-year-old white guy with a heart condition. So if
Wearing
I
a
have an episode, I'm
Texas,
no more than
California
12 feet
shirt.
from a medical professional. I'm surrounded by nurses, so it works.
Is that a Filipino thing?
Nurses,
Yeah.
you don't get that those two connectors.
No.
Filipino and nurse. Where
I go to the hospital.
Where do you live?
I don't go to hospitals very much. I don't know. I figured like the Jews
Filipinos
were on those
are,
places. I don't know.
0.75% of the population, and they make up 40% of the nurses.
So they all
There's a
work
little
at CAC.
disparity there.
Oh, you had to throw in the accountants, of course, this one.
Well, Jewish accountants we have in here today. They're moving in, babe.
Patty, I love you.
I love you.
What's
too,
up with the
babe.
Texas, California shirt, by the way?
There was a comedian, a big redneck comedian who I used to work with, and his whole thing was he was bringing Texas to California. And
He's not fucking
he
doing
lasted about a year and a half, and now
We're bringing California to Texas. No, just kidding. Texas is like a melting pot of bullshit at this point, just like California is anyway.
Yeah.
If you have an economy that big, it's like there's gonna be like the good old boys who wear the fucking cowboy
Shit
boots and
kickers.
shit like that, and it's like fuck off, dude. Like no one gives a fuck anymore. Move to Louisiana. Fun fact about Texas: the dumb people from Texas who can't get into Texas University, they go to LSU. So I know. Anyways,
That's how that works.
speaking of money, so I do have something to say. So I was thinking about this. Did anybody used to like when you were in high school? Did you talk about like how much how much money it would take for you to like I don't know like fuck the principal in the auditorium in front of everybody? Like, did anybody used to say you guys used to say that shit in high school, or is that like that's like a me thing? Okay. Anyways. Or like if you ever worked in like a kitchen or something like that, and you and like the wait staff just get bored and you're fucking shining silverware, and you're like, how much would you do this for? Like, how much would you suck
Yeah.
Chef Ming's fucking cock for? And then the answer.
Not that specifically, no, but yeah.
Well, remember the answer used to be like, oh yeah, 10 million, like no doubt. Well, the older I get, and the more I work at 9 to 5, the lower that number is dropping. Seriously, I would do like just the dirtiest things for like a few months of just bills, like 4K. Give me like $16,000. I might do something really raunchy. I'll work that out. But anyways,
Now we got a number, Al.
you got cash? I don't really know what to say tonight.
How was your holiday?
Right.
My holiday was kind of rough, to be honest. My tooth fucking broke.
Ouch.
Hey,
Yeah.
club.
Tooth breaking, a lot of tooth breaking.
I was, I'm gonna be, okay, so I'll make you guys laugh through brutal honesty. It was Christmas Eve, I stayed in town, and I didn't go home, there was no family in town, so I was a little sad. So I got stoned, and I played Grand Theft Auto. And that night, I had ordered some Chinese takeout, and I ordered duck. And I don't normally order duck, but I like duck. And duck is like very thin meat, and it has like bones in it. And I have these veneers.
Oh.
And so I'm sitting there just stoned, playing Grand Theft Auto, which I like rarely get to do anymore. And I take a bite into this fucking duck, and I chip my goddamn tooth. So I got like duck oil running down my face. I'm stoned, like my belly's hanging out, my fucking my tooth chipped. I don't know if you know about this, by the way. Everything in LA is expensive. Getting your fucking dental work in LA. Dude. $1,800 out of pocket.
That's it.
And it's cosmetic, so they don't give a fuck.
No
Doesn't cover it.
It's wild, dude.
Where are you
No
going?
copay. Anyways.
Persian dentist. obviously.
So my tooth fell out on Christmas Eve. That was trash. Happy holidays, everybody.
What time
Well-
was it? 2:30?
It was late. It was like sadly. It was sadly late. It was like 2 in the morning. You know what I mean? It was like I got in bed. I didn't even say anything to my fiance, and I looked at myself in the mirror. And I was like, "What a fuck up! Like this is terrible." Anyways, Stuart Marino.
Where
No
we
social media. Find me here or somewhere in Beverly Hills.
That's not too Italian.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You know what's so funny? I have somebody on live now. This is a true story. So I go to my friend Homa Yoon. I go to his house, right? The first thing my husband does is pick up the new son, the toddler, right? Picks him and goes, "Come here, Matthew," whatever. Boom! Drops him on the marble floor.
Oh!
Drops the baby on the floor. We're there for Shabbat dinner, all right? I'm so embarrassed by this whole thing. Oh, Homa Yoon, can you see me? You can't see me. I'm telling you a story about you. Because this is how I lost this tooth. So, and I'm trying to be polite about the whole thing because now the kid's crying and we didn't even take off our coats and it's Shabbat and it's like so terrible. And then I eat the tadik and I break my tooth. I don't want to say anything, I'll be polite. But then my husband just crunched on a pistachio shell and broke his tooth.
No.
So we have a kid with bump on his head, 2 broken teeth, and you broke your tooth. And it was a joke, honey. I said, what time is it? 2:30? Get it? 2:30. 2:30. That's what it is. Okay, so we're gonna get it going with the comedy of Jaden Woods. Let's do this. Come on.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. Being so kind. I wrote this when I was at work about 2 hours ago, so apologies if I'm just looking down the entire time I'm speaking. But But hi everyone, yes, my name is Jaden Woods. I know I look like the type of nigga to tell you that reading the autobiography of Malcolm X will really change your life. But growing up, I didn't always feel very black. While kids, you know, they did make fun of me because I was kind of a nerd. They said I talked really white. The real reason I didn't feel super black growing up was for something far, far more tragic. I was a lot less athletic than all the other black kids at my school. It was really bad. Like, it used to make me feel so bad. In middle school, I used to run track, but I was literally slower than all of the other kids on the team. And I became known as the slowest nigga in school, or as my coach liked to call me, the fastest white kid in town. I even tried to, you know, make myself feel better by playing, you know, like white sports. Like, you know, I thought I'd play the game on easy mode type shit, but it didn't really work. You know, I thought it'd be a good way to boost my self-esteem, but like an Asian kid that got rejected from Harvard, I learned that my stereotypes actually don't benefit me in real life. I also discovered that, you know, just like white people can be athletic too. Like when I got to high school, I played soccer. And, you know, you would think that would really defy a lot of stereotypes, but not really. The only stereotype that I defied was playing a sport with a bunch of white kids and the white kids being better than me at the sport. But yeah, man, not a super, super sporty guy growing up. But I did grow up in a place that really likes sports, kind of like I told you guys. I'm from Mississippi, you know, the real deep south, bottom of the state. And when I tell people I'm usually from Mississippi, they give me like one of two reactions. I tell them I'm from Mississippi, and they're like, oh my God, that sounds so great. I've always wanted to visit Mississippi. And I go, fuck no, that's not true. No one has ever wanted to visit Mississippi. That's the only place where a man is more likely to get social scrutiny for marrying his cousin, or excuse me, marrying another man than marrying his cousin.
Okay.
But they will also say some other shit to you if you're from Mississippi. They'll be like, oh my God. Put their hand out. I am so sorry. But I'm so glad to know you escaped. Like, okay. Calm down, calm down. I grew up in a cul-de-sac with playgrounds, not on a colony with a plantation. Please calm down. But I will say too, you know, being a guy from Mississippi, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit odd. You don't really meet a lot of people from Mississippi. But I didn't grow up, I'd say, in like, how would you call it? The most welcoming environment. You know, there wasn't, people always think that there's a bunch of lynchings or beatings or that, like, it's really, really racist down there. And I always like to say that's not true. If there were lynchings still going on in Mississippi, how would D1 football programs be able to recruit 90% of their roster? I mean, that'd be tough, right? I mean, like, good luck going into the playoffs with a wide receiver number 1 named Oliver. Like, that's just not going to work. Like, could you imagine it? They'd be like, yeah, Deshaun, come on down to Ole Miss. There's only been 2 lynchings this year, and neither of them were on the football team. I mean, that's pretty good odds. You can't lie, right? But, you know, like any place in America, the past still has an effect on the present. In Mississippi, it's no different. Like, I grew up in a town that they had a middle school. Our middle school was named after a known segregationist and former senator. His name was Trent Lott, called Trent Lott Middle. I didn't get to go to the school because they stayed very true to their namesake, but I imagine that was not a very good school to attend. So, you know, I can't really tell you, but I didn't get to go. But I do imagine if I went to school there, I would be the best 6th man on the basketball team. Just to let you know, all white kids. I can make the team, but probably not start. What else? But yeah, like I said, from Mississippi, kind of a different culture than a lot of other places. I'm trying to think about something that's a little bit different. Like a lot of the people that I'm from, a lot of people that I went to high school with, they're still dating their high school sweetheart. They're getting married at like 23, which, I don't feel like that's a bad idea. But like the other day I was on Facebook and I saw a girl caption her engagement photo that it was fate. And I don't know if you would call meeting in your remedial 9th grade English class fate, but I would say, Mississippi's like 3rd to last in education. So I would just say that's like, luck of the draw. I feel like you can hedge your bet. You could probably meet the love of your life in there, but who am I to say? Just call it a numbers game. But yeah, I'm not really one for, just dating the same person over and over again. Like, I don't think that's wrong. I think if you find the love of your life super young, I think that's cool. But I think you should try to expand out. I think having sex with only the first or second person you've ever had sex with for the rest of your life is kind of foolish. I think that's like having Chipotle for the first time and then saying that's your favorite Mexican restaurant. Like, I think that we can try to expand our palate a little bit, you know, go try new options as we get older. Like, let's try new things, guys. Yeah, I've been in LA for about a year and 6 months. It's okay. I don't mind it too bad. I do not know what LA has more of though, homeless people or people with ugly ass small dogs. It's really a phenomenon. It's really crazy. And I do not blame the homeless for their condition because homelessness is a systemic societal issue. They have, we can't blame them for that. That's not their fault. But I will blame Angelinos for walking around with these ugly ass fucking manicured rats on leashes. I do not agree with that. I do not think that is something that all of you guys should be doing. It is not something I'm a fan of. But I will say I do like dogs. Do not think I'm a dog hater. I grew up with 2 dogs. I do love them. But I do want to know, why would you live in Los Angeles and own a Siberian Husky? That makes no fucking sense to me. It never snows here, ever. That dog is suffering. Please let him go somewhere cold. But I mean, it's 2023, and I get it. I get it. Having an actual child in this economy with this dating pool that looks like piss, it's a little bit difficult. It is a little bit difficult. But not having a baby and replacing it with another animal that can shit itself at any time and cry while you're in the grocery store is not going to fill that void. I'm so sorry. I do not think having a small dog is really going to work for you. Yeah, man. That's all I wrote in my new notebook. We can see here real quick, guys.
Great job, great work.
Thank you. I think I have one more thing to talk about. Oh, yeah, I have one more thing to mention. So yeah, like I said, I've been in LA a year and a half. I just got a car recently, but before that, I was taking the, yeah, thank you, I have to say it for it. I was taking the bus and Ubering every fucking where, and as you can imagine, that was really, really fucking terrible. I feel like Uber drivers are insane because they always want to tell you the most intimate story when you're only in the car for the shortest amount of time. Like, the other day, I was in an Uber and one was like, hey, let me tell you something I've never told anyone before. And I was like, I'm in here for 20 minutes. And I'm the person you want to share this story with for the first time. I cannot even give you feedback on it. But yeah, it's pretty fucked up. But like I said, if I was in an Uber, I'd take the bus quite often. And taking the bus, it was good. It had its pros, it had its cons. A pro being on the, wait, is that 2 minutes? Yeah. A pro is that, being on the bus means that if you're sitting by yourself, other people will not sit with you because you're black. The civil rights movement works so well that we get bus seats for life. No one wants to sit by us. But I would say a big con is that you just see a lot of nasty ass shit on the bus. Like, why was I on the bus? I would say right before I got my car in December, I was the second to last time I took the bus. The person in front of me literally let out the wettest and nastiest fart I have ever heard or smelt in my life, and then proceeded to just get off at the next stop. Just gave me a gift and just left me with it, man. It was not something I really enjoyed. But I mean, hey, I do think it, should be illegal to commit crimes against humanity, though. I do not think that is fair. But yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you today.
Where do we find you?
Oh, you can find me on social media at my name. It's Jaden Woods, Jaden, and then Woods, like a forest, and then what am I? Oh, I'm on Twitter at Young J Singleton because I like him as a director. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Great job. Your first time here, huh?
It is. It's not my first time doing stand-up.
No, we know that. We can tell that, brother. We can tell you educated. He educated. I ain't studying him. All right, you ready yet, Patty?
I'm ready.
You ready? Wiener's like, why am I going last? Because you're the accountant. You have to leave?
No.
Okay.
I do.
Are you to the bathroom?
But I'm gonna see this.
Okay. All right, so I'm sorry, it's PTSD and it's not a joke. Where are they when I call them? Right? You're robbed, they don't come. But you know what? You're not going to be robbed of boredom because I'm boring tonight. This is what I'm going to give you. I'm just kidding. Unique. When you see me, I'm going to be so much fun and happy because you know that we have a show going on this Sunday, okay? We have a red carpet going on Sunday at Nameless. That's right. Name that comic. And I'm going to name this next one right now. You don't even need an Addy when you have the comedy of Patty.
That's
Let's
me,
give it up.
Patty.
It's Patty here.
Keep it going for me.
Yes.
Patty. All right. Can I get a Patty?
Patty.
Oh, this is a warm and wonderful place to be. Jamie, welcome. You're very funny. I really enjoyed you. I really did. Mississippi, of course, a state not known for education. Of course, ranked 35th in the
Yeah, I was
country.
gonna say, I read that.
California, 44th. So thank you for coming and enlightening us. First of all, I want to address something. There was some dog talk about folks and their dogs. I fucking love my little dog. I'm the guy that kisses the little dog on the mouth, okay? But just let me fucking tell you something about this dog. She's 19. She's 19 years old. I got sober with this dog. I just fucking love this dog. I'm gonna tell you something else. 19 years, never asked me for money. I can't say that about the other two bitches I live with. Just trying to tell you. I'm trying to say the devil's question was brought up earlier. You know the devil's motherfucking question. You know that? Amongst every group of men, there is one that will pose the devil's question. And that question is, would you suck a cock for $1 million? First of all, don't answer it. It's a fucking trick question. Okay? B, second of all, they never have the money on them. Never, because it's a stupid fucking question. Would you suck a dick for $1 million? Of course I would. That's not homosexuality. That's fucking math, you asshole. And then what are the terms and conditions? What's the duration? Is it to completion? How much did you say again? We're all good. We're all good. It doesn't make me gay. It makes me sensible. You know, how much labor do I have to put in? How long? Is there a time limit? Is there a clock? You know, does that make sense?
One kiss and you're out. Boom.
Exactly. That's it. Because I was always told it's not gay if you're wearing socks. It's not gay if you don't make eye contact. And it's especially not gay if you beat them up afterwards. Learned that in the jail. I learned that in county jail. Lovely place. How's everybody doing? You guys doing something?
All right.
We've got an Italian here, okay?
Finally.
And we've got one, so that's okay. We can talk about him. Can we talk about him?
Absolutely.
First of all, America is a wonderful country. I wasn't born here, but I thank God that I came here as a fucking little fatty patty immigrant. You know, I don't look like what an immigrant's supposed to look like. You know, but I am. I come from that. We come from that fucking side of the crayon box. We do. And guess what? You have been trained to look at me and not see an immigrant. Like if you look at Fox News, if you don't. But if you look at Fox News, there's lots of segments on immigrants. None of them look like me. You think it's a pigment of my imagination? Does that, you know what I'm saying? This is all done on purpose. And because of this, because when people look at me and they don't see an immigrant, they just say shit, terrible things about immigrants, you know, because of this. You know, people that look like me, we know what I'm saying, right? I was at Fuddruckers in Rancho Cucamonga. Fucking great hamburgers. We go in there, they got fucking Fox News on the TV, and the guy in front of me who looks like me, right? He turns around, he looks right at me, and he says, I didn't come all the way to this country to see it overrun by immigrants. I said, Dad, Tucker Carlson has lied to you. He is a liar. But see, I'm from a city called Belfast. When I left Belfast, it was the most dangerous city on earth. 20 bombings in one day. It was a civil war. 20 in one day. My uncle was killed by an Irish car bomb, which was ironic because that was his favorite drink. There were so many bombs, my mother looked forward to the gunfire. No, Patty, don't be a little fucking queer. Get out there. It's only fucking gunfire, you little cunt. Get the fuck out there. That's a minor league swear word in Ireland. It's not, here. My grandma would go, now sit down. Don't be a cunt. Have a drink. Very much so. But it was so dangerous, my father couldn't raise us in that type of violence. So we moved to the south side of Chicago. Yeah, that worked out well for me. Because in the early 70s, we were experiencing something in this country called white flight. Now, I don't know if you know anything about the south side of Chicago, but it's a colorful place. It's 80% black. So I got to grow up not seeing black people on TV. In the 70s, there were only 3 black people on TV anyway. Bill Cosby, J.J. Walker, and Fat Albert, and 2 of them were the same fucking person. Okay, but I got to grow up, to go to graduations, go to school. I know, like, I'm not one of these white guys that has one black friend. That would be fucking racist. Okay, most of my friends are black. But ironically, I am most of my black friends' only white friend. And I get it because white people are a fucking trip. They're a lot to take. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you an example. A lot of them are upset. They have N-word envy. Why can't I say that? You know, that type of white person, they still say it. They just wait till they get home.
Right.
Or you leave the room. Sometimes they're like, I can't. You know what I mean? It's like, because I've got this, right? I've got this, and this, people will just say shit to me, and they let N-words go. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm not good with that. Patty don't like that. Unless, of course, the speaker of the N-word has the proper qualifications. And I make that judgment based solely on the color of their skin, so I am not a racist. I'm not a racist. But here's the thing. I've been given the N-word pass. You know what I found out? Pit bulls have an N-word pass. So cool. They didn't even ask for it. Even cooler, they never use it. That's why pit bulls are so fucking cool. Some Chihuahuas do, but they don't get the pass. They do anyway. You know what I'm saying? And do Puerto Ricans get a pass? I never understood that. You know, is it a Ricky Martin Puerto Rican or a Rosie Perez Puerto Rican? How is this defined? And it's a fucking strong word. You know what I mean? The N-word. It's like paprika. You use too much paprika, all you can taste is N-word.
Okay.
I mean, Richard Pryor at his height was 11% N-word in his act. We have comedians now. I saw a comedian the other night. His act was 62% N-word. He did 12 minutes. If you took the N-word out, it would have been about 5 minutes. But it's kind of hack. It can be hack. It depends. But for me, it's not going to work. It's not me. I have no interest in it. You know what I mean? I've been given an N-word. I don't even say brother with a hard R. I'm not for, oh no, oh, say it with an ah, instead of a no. That's okay. You know, I got a massage on the way over here. I go to the massage place. I always ask for a woman. Not because of anything sexual, but because I can pay them 28% less.
Oh. Oh.
As I mentioned earlier, I'm married to a beautiful, tiny, little Filipina woman. 100%, about 5 foot tall, 100% Filipina. I'm 100% Irish. That in LA, that makes our children tall Mexicans. If you know that. And we're trying to spice up our love life. You know, we got to play. Anybody here in the long term? I've been married 31 fucking years. Okay, it takes some fucking effort. So we ascribe, and clap if you don't know what a hall pass is. Okay, we know what a hall pass is, right? My wife, again, teeny tiny Filipina, about this big. Her hall pass is Idris Elba. She fucking loves her some Idris Elba. You know what she calls him? Hot Black Jesus. Loves him. My hall pass was Joan Rivers, you know, till she died. Then briefly it was the Cholula hot sauce lady. Turns out that's not even a real person. So now, oddly enough, my hall pass is Idris Elba. I love me some Idris. We all love some Idris. How you guys doing? Are you with me? Are you with me?
Yeah.
All right. Somebody walked up to me recently and they said, you look vaguely like you play pickleball. Which, you know, pickleball, first of all, pickleball sounds like a venereal disease to me. Something you have to go to the fucking clinic for. But I know what that means when someone says that to me. That means you look like an old guy who can't afford to golf. Bingo! That's it! Don't you just love it when a stereotype lands? That's me. I'm here on Friday night doing this. Obviously, my career is at its pinnacle. Obviously. Oh, do you know the difference between a golf ball and a woman's G-spot? A man will never stop looking for a golf ball. No, hold on. No, I didn't write that joke. I want to make a point. I did not write that joke. Copernicus wrote that joke. I purchased it from him early in my career when I was opening for Mark Twain. Which was a long time. Mark Twain's had a rough time recently. How about that? I don't think Mark Twain, he wouldn't, I don't think Mark Twain in today's political climate would qualify to be awarded the Mark Twain Prize. I don't think that would be possible. You guys have been pretty mediocre, I want to say that. Yeah. As an audience, you know, as people too, but mostly as an audience. What else is happening? I should probably the one joke that I wrote. What do we got here? Okay. My son, Mandrake, calls me by my first name, which I think is payback for my naming him Mandrake. And he lives what you call an alternative lifestyle. Okay, but let's get a round of applause for the LGBTQ community. There's more than one way to be a great person and love who you love, right? Because that's who you are. At least I'd like to think that. I hate to think he started sucking cock just to spite me. My name is Patty. You can get me at PADDYFORCOMEDY. I book a club 5 shows a month called The Mix in Pasadena. So hit me up. Maybe you get a spot there. Give yourself a round of applause. And keep it going. I got on you to applaud. Keep it going for the one and only the mistress on this island of misfit toys, the one and only Soon. But give it up!
It is Misfits noise. You are Misfits. Oh my God.
Off you go.
Here we go. Oh, stop that. That's what you do to grandmas. You know what? You know what Samantha would say? Do you really want to fall? You want to use the bathroom?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I won't record you. Okay. See how I know? See how I bond with everybody here? We all have. You could have brought him up for me. You didn't have to make me get back up here.
I would have been happy to if you told me to. For a minute there, I thought you weren't going to tape him in the bathroom.
No, I won't tape him in the bathroom.
Okay.
But that's okay. We're gonna tape you here. He doesn't want me on. He doesn't want my relatives that. You should love these. He's single. He's single
Well,
and
she's trying to
Jewish.
fix him up.
Try. I've got
Single
9
and
people
Jewish.
married in my life. Be very careful. And be really nice, because on this stage will be Alan Weiss.
Alan Weiss!
Shit.
Hello, everybody. I'm gonna work on my crowd work. What's up? I need to connect with everybody. That's about as much connection as I can do. I'm on the spectrum, which means I can't connect with anything. So, see, I even got disconnected there. I called Spectrum, the actual company, because I wanted to remove my TV because I don't watch TV. I wanted to get rid of it. And the woman's like, she's like, you're like an evil genius. And she goes, yeah, you can, but I'm going to charge you extra $20. But if you keep it, I'll give you $50 off. So I saved $50, and now I still have the TV. I asked her if I could get a discount. She said, look in your trash and see if you can find a coupon. It worked. So now I have, now I'm at 75% off, $75 off. It's good. I'm almost free. I have a friend, he's really attractive. He's like one of those guys, he shows you his Hinge profile or his dating profile, and it just has like 10s, it's like 9s and 10s. Like every girl on there is like 9s and 10s. You're like, what the hell? And I found like some of these guys like that, they like the girls, and then they're just really mean to the girls. They're like derogatory and they're horrible, and I just go like it's almost like they're trying to become an incel or something. And I was like, it's like they're playing a video game, and they were on easy mode, but that was too easy, so they went on hard mode. And hard mode was too easy, so they went on incel mode. And I'm on autistic mode. Could someone help me get off? My boss, he's, not my boss, but I was in my boss's office, and the CEO, he has lots of money, he has lots of companies. He had a bad day, and he comes in my office, he goes, if they don't give me what I want, I'm quitting. And then he looks at my boss, and he goes, you can come with me to one of my other companies. And then he looks at me, and then he just left. I was like, oh. One day, we were in an important board meeting, huge important, and the sales executive goes and says, I got a hard stop, and then he left in the middle of the board meeting. And that's like having a meeting with President Biden and saying, I have a tea time in 5, make it quick, and then leaving. I went on a first. My mom wants me to date. And I went on a first date. Not mine, my friend's. My friend Steve called me. He's like, "Hey, got a date. You should come. She has friends there." So I show up, and it's just him, his date, and me at a table. No friends. You know how awkward that is? Just sitting there, and you're like, what am I supposed to do? Just sit there, listen, take copious notes. Don't worry, I'm just a stenographer. Where were we? Steve was going in for the kiss and got rejected, and then left. So I was, well, what should I do? So I slid right over and I said, "Hi, Lauren. My name is Alan. I'll be taking over for Steve while he's on break." Where am I? My mom is a lovely lady. She's really lovely, sweet. Everybody loves her. But I didn't know her real voice because she yelled at me. She yelled at us all the time. She had 4 boys, so it makes sense. And I always wondered, like, is that why the neighbors moved out? My mom, she really, really, really hates tattoos, like hates them. And she raised it. She said, "If you ever get a tattoo, I'm gonna disown you." So I got one. It's in pencil, so I can erase it. My mom also hates drugs. She's like, "If you ever take drugs, I'm gonna disown you." My mom is just aspirin. My mom then goes, she's really political, and she goes, "If you vote yes on Proposition 19, I'm going to kill you." So apparently that's where the line is. It's on politics. Let's see, what do we do? Oh, I was looking at words, and you know, like, yeah, smarter, smartest, smartest, smarter, smartest, smartest. And I was wondering, you know, like, you have erase. You have erase. You have eraser, but you don't have any racist.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Just saying things I notice. That was that joke. So I went to yoga. I go to yoga. I know you probably think, oh, he's a wimp. Because I go to yoga. But there's really hot girls there. And all my friends say, "You're a wimp." I say, "But it seems like a great opportunity because there's only me there and there's only girls." And so I think that's smart. But I tell them it's horrible, so they don't show up. And one time I was in free flow, which is where everybody's doing their own thing kind of for the time of it, if you know. And then I stood up because I was just doing the mountain pose, which I found that all the poses seemed to be like, you know, interesting names. But anyway, and I stand up and it was hot, hotter, and hottest. They were all in down dog. And I sit there going like, uh-oh. I was like, and then I look and the teacher sees me and I go, "Okay, abort. Back down, get down." You have to be careful. The poses are really interesting. They have warrior, like, you know, they have warrior, but they're not really creative because they just go warrior 1, 2, and 3. It's not like warrior, kamikaze, and then like the dipping bird. You know, they don't, anyway. Stuff I noticed there. Okay, to do yoga, I did that one. Boss, first days. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's all. Oh, I'll do this. I'll just try to work this one out. So, I eat the same thing every day. For lunch, I eat a peanut butter sandwich. No jelly. My coworkers say, "How do you save money?" I say, "I just don't. I save on jelly." And my coworkers said I should take them out to lunch. So I took them to Ralph's, bought a loaf of bread and some peanut butter. I was under budget. They all quit. So apparently we were supposed to go to something nice like Mendocino Farms or something. Peanut butter is much easier. Anyway, my name's Alan Weiss. You can find me on Instagram at Alan W. Weiss. Thank you.
Put that W in there like this guy, like Ryan. Just want to make sure.
Well, there's a consultant who has Alan Weiss.
Is that
so,
true?
Yeah.
I know another Alan Weiss, by the way.
Yeah.
Alan Weiss sounds familiar.
Very popular.
Good.
Sounds very popular.
Alan Weiss, wasn't that the guy that managed the Beatles for a while, and then,
He was the first guy, right?
no, that was Brian Epstein.
I managed
Stop
the Beatles.
it.
I managed the Beatles.
Oh, I thought you were. I was thinking about the other Epstein.
No, that's a different.
No, because I want to say something, and I never say this, and
He's
I don't care if you
popular,
guys get mad about this and that, but I've been to Florida, okay? And I've seen a whole lot of stuff, but all these men did all this stuff, and one woman's rotting in jail. Now, ain't that some shit? I'm just saying, okay? And they're like, well, she started it. She's the one that got the... I'm like, did you ever think maybe somebody did something to her? But how is she in jail? And all these men aren't. I'm just saying, gentlemen, I know that Clinton likes the media. That's what they said anyway. But what does he know? All I can tell
I have a
you.
canvas painting of Epstein in my front room, and it didn't hang itself either.
Dude, that's too much. You sound like the Comedy Store Christmas party. I didn't want to get into that. That was so much fun, but so bizarre. But I want to tell you what's really, by far, one of the most beautiful things that have happened to me in the last few years is when you see people developing and you see someone, she's a teenager, and you turn around and she's double digits with a 20, and now she's legal. Legally funny. Give it up.
Legally funny.
Give it up for the legally funny one and only Samantha Linderman.
Give it up for Sunda Kronquist, back from New York. And that is a fantastic jacket. That didn't get a good enough reaction.
Time is it? Right.
I can't believe you shouted out Ghislaine Maxwell. That's good for you.
Terrible.
I mean, everybody's on the Gypsy Rose train. Do you know about that?
Oh my gosh.
You do?
Yeah.
No, she's out, and everyone's making fun of her husband
Oh, stop.
because he's big, and probably because he's with Gypsy Rose. And she commented like, "Hey, baby, like, don't worry about the haters. And by the way, he's wrecking me every night. Shout out that D. Happy wife, happy life." And I was like, I'm so happy for her right now. When they were taking pictures of her at Ross. Anyways, that's not what I wanted to talk about at all, but I just feel like I wanted to be a part of that narrative. So I went to the doctor, in terms of growing up. And she was Italian, speaking of Italian, great, right? She's like wearing a mask, but she's like touching me, like not in a doctor way, but like I make her laugh and she's touching me and whatever. Not like that. Okay, sorry. It's gonna keep going. But it wasn't like that, you guys. But I got like blood work, whatever, and I got the results back. And then it said like diagnoses. And it's like a women's health center. This is the perfect audience for me to talk to you about this. It's like a women's health. So sometimes women get sick and they can't take care of boys. No, I'm kidding. Sometimes you have to be together, and we're not gossiping. We're dying. No. So anyways, she was like, okay, like, do you smoke? Whatever. I was like, I'm cool. She was like, you popping that thing around town? No, she didn't say it like that. But she was like, you look good. And I was like, it's not like that. And she was like, do you want to talk about birth control? And I was like, you want to talk? Like, sure. Like, I'll tell you. We were like talking for like 15 minutes, right? And then I see in my lab work, it says like psychosexual counseling. And I was like,
Oh my God.
I was like, and I forwarded it to my mom. She's like, I want to see what your blood. I was like, you gave me my blood. Like, look at what's in my blood. Psychosexual counseling. It's just, it's like, I understand it's talking about like in the brain, but it's just, you're going to put the word psychosexual on there and not say that to me on the phone. I don't know. But has it not happened to anybody before? No. One time when I was 15, I got pink eye 3 times in a row.
Oh.
I was with a lot of other kids. It was like a summer camp. It was like a post-summer camp thing that didn't end. That didn't happen to you guys? No. But I went to the doctor with my mom, and he was like, okay, are you sexually active? And I started laughing really hard. Because I thought the doctor was cute. I was 15, and I hadn't even like looked a boy in the eyes, whatever. Don't even get me started on girls. But, and he goes, this isn't funny. This could be a sign of chlamydia. And I was like, I wish. Who's that? She's in my class. I work at the mall. I put my 2 weeks in. I took my 2 weeks back. They took it so well, is the thing. I told them I was going to school. Truth be told, I was having a meeting with a community college to try and get them to kind of apply for me. You know, because I got that ADHD diagnosis, obvi.
Right.
Nobody claps for that anymore, right? Speaking of all over the place, I am going to be leaving my therapist. I tried to do it in person for growth. You know, I was like, well, no, I didn't. I was like, let's try every other week. Not the ghost, but the zombie, right? No. I was like, let's try like every other week. And he was like, so, I was like, yeah, I'm just like, I don't have a lot of time. And he was like, so from what you've shared, you work part-time at the mall and you come here. But I don't know if it's about time. I was like, you're right. And he's like, I know, I'm smart. And I was like, I don't know what you want me to say to that. One time he came in with his face red and I wasn't going to comment on it and he told me it was Botox. So I'm just saying, I don't know, I'm just saying. One time I was sitting in my therapist's office and this woman was going up the stairs and there was a window and she looked at me and she went for like 3 minutes, right? And I was like, finally, like some comedic relief, like I'm so bored with this guy. And then she comes back down the stairs and she looks at me and she goes, like nobody's ever done that to me before in my life. Like, you know, like if you're not like above 3, you know? And it was just so interesting. My mom told me I should start writing jokes. And I was like, I have to go pee so bad, it's coming out of me. That's what I said to her. I could have just like said goodbye. I just have an elderly neighbor I can never stop talking to, you know him. And the only thing that gets me away is if I go to the bathroom. He goes, go, nature's calling. For health. I've been spending a lot of time with my family lately. And that's really interesting. It's always the littlest stuff. You know what I mean? Like, me and my dad said the same thing at the same time to my mom. She's like, you're just like him! And I was like, don't do that right now.
Okay.
Don't do that. You guys made me like this. You made me. What do you mean? What do you mean right now? I'm carrying on the bloodline. This is what she wanted. My grandma's so funny. She called me to wish me happy birthday, and she goes, yeah, you know, when I was your age, I was having your father, and, you know, and like all of a sudden it's about her. I'm like, I get it. It was way worse. You know what I mean? Where it's like you can't even complain. But I love that woman. We were in the limo on the way to my Bubby's funeral, and she was looking through her purse for coupons to Gelson's for afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, she's just so, like, I love that she's just so herself. One thing I love about working at the mall is, like, I love talking to people all day. I like to try little jokes. You know, like, somebody, like, it's Bath & Body Works, thank you so much. And people are like, where's Gucci? I'm like, upstairs to the left. And then they're like walking away a little bit. And I go, but we sell the same stuff here. And sometimes they get really offended at the thought. And then sometimes they laugh so hard, right? And this like husband like laughed really hard. And his wife's like, what'd she say? You know what I mean? Cause no. I never look good at work. One time somebody from here saw me at work and said, you look so different during the day.
Always.
Why? Because my antlers are on? No. It was the holidays. But I made that joke and he laughed, and then on the escalator he told his wife and she goes, that's a good one. And I said, thank you. Today I was in an Uber and I saw James Marsden on the street. Nobody knows who that is. No, only you, right? You. That's crazy. He's so famous. I feel so bad for him. Did you guys see Jury Duty? Oh, I feel so good about myself right now. I feel like I'm really digesting the media. Digesting is so real. So I'll go back to Gypsy Rose.
Okay.
She was on The View, and she was talking about, but does everyone know who she is? She basically was a victim. Yeah, she was a victim of Munchausen by proxy from her mother. I know what you're thinking. I don't think they were Jewish. Oh, God. But even she got a boyfriend. She got a boyfriend before jail. She got her boyfriend to kill her own mother. He's in jail for like life, and she was out in 8 years, but good for her.
Right.
And she said she felt so much freedom in jail. I was like, oh my God, queen. But she was on The View, and I think it was Joy. Like she said, she goes, you know, like I was in a bad situation, but I got out of it the wrong way. You know, I should have done better. And Joy's like, you had no choice. And everyone goes, no, murder's wrong. Like, there was a murder. You know, they were trying to be really nice to her. But can you tell I'm really jealous? Nobody's picking up on that? I don't know. She has so many specials out about her, and she like will only watch one of them. I'm like, good for you. That's like when I'm when I stand outside my job, and there's certain like ads that play, and like it used to be Johnny Depp, and that just made me uncomfortable. Just having him look at me. Does that make sense? That's not really a joke. It's just like if it happened to me in real life, I would be really unsettled. I'll end with this. It's like some rhymes. I tried it at work and let's see. It's to men. No, it's so gross. This is the LA School of Comedy where you should try it, right? No, it was gonna be about shit and fart, but that wasn't received well in this audience. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to read the room. You know what I mean? To come to my guys, I'm promoting something, seriously. To come to my Charter experience. It's gonna be a live show in New York no, I'm kidding. But you guys should come out to Nameless this weekend at 6:30. 2810 what's Boulevard? Is it Santa Monica? No. 2810 Main? 2810 Main Street. We're really excited. We're trying new places. LA School of Comedy all around town. Shout out New York. And give it up for Sunda Kroonquist.
Yeah.
Do you want me to? Okay, well, I'm actually going to bring up, I guess, tonight's headliner. I love this guy. He will be performing this weekend next weekend.
He's coming up this weekend.
To support it, because we all support each other. But next weekend he's performing, as am I think, at Nameless. So give it up for Anya, everybody.
Yes, Anya.
He's on the really cozy couch.
I know. Thank you so much. It was driving me crazy. I just can't get up.
It's all good. That's what I'm here for. I just do the maintenance occasionally.
Ah!
I do the. Why is that a ooh? It's just a joke, guys. It's Funky Friday, guys.
Yeah.
What's good people, man? How's it going? We're here, man. We're here. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, right? Are we vibing? I mean, I haven't seen anyone here outside of. No, I haven't seen anyone here in the New Year. So Happy New Year to everybody.
Right.
I don't know if that's like frowned upon, but I'm gonna keep saying Happy New Year to people until like the 10th. Like I'm gonna just keep it going. It's just a good vibe. You feel me? Like imagine seeing somebody. I'm already setting the tone. Happy. As opposed to any other emotion. Happiness. New. Better than old. Year. We're here. Come on now. It's a good way to start. It's just a good way to start the vibe out. You know, I just like to say that. So Happy New Year to the people at home. Happy New Year to you as well. Damn, I don't know what I'll talk about, bruh. I feel like I don't know. Did the teacher in me? Show of hands. Who saw the Cat Williams interview? Anyone? I know my boy's seen it. That doesn't surprise me. Patty, did you watch it? You watched it? Did you watch the whole 2 hours and 46 minutes? You saw clips. It's okay. You sat through the whole thing, huh?
I watched most of it.
Okay, I'm surprised. I thought you would. I'm a little disappointed. I thought he did talk a lot. I watched it. I decided to. I was like, I'm gonna be in the gym for about 3 hours. Let me just put this Cat Williams on. And like the entire weightlifting session into playing basketball, I was still listening to Cat Williams and his story. That was insane. I was kind of listening just to make sure he didn't say anything about me, because he said stuff about a lot of people. I was like, I just making sure, just covering the bases. Shout out to Brodo. I mean, he definitely got his shit off. He got his shit off with that one. If y'all don't know, he went on there saying a lot of people was stealing jokes. He had accused people of doing this, that, and the other. He told his story, which was really cool. As an upcoming comedian, you know, it's dope to always hear comedians who made it talk about themselves and, you know, their journey. A lot of shots fired, though. A lot of shots fired. Yeah, it was some heat in there.
Not me, right?
Nothing about you, Sunda. You know, I was watching your back too. I watched your back too. Nothing about you as well. Just very interesting.
Went after Gary Owen.
He didn't go after Gary. I think he defended him at a point. Yeah, he was just like saying that's why like he hasn't made it is because like he hasn't taken the Illuminati oath or whatever. So that's why like even though he's white, he hasn't been accepted by that side and this, that, and the other. It was a lot. I really watched the whole thing, and I mean, what I took from it was like, don't put on the dress was a thing that they very like
And so yeah, don't put on the dress is like a big thing. It's like apparently for like black men in comedy, it's like they put the dress on you and then it's like this is like supposed to emasculate you or whatever. And I was listening to it. I listened to the whole thing and that really resonated with me because I was like, man, you know, I had my bank account open. I'm like, I might throw the dress on. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't want to, but financially, like Patty was saying, you got to be fiscally responsible. I
preach fiscal responsibility.
Come on, man. You know, and I've been working out. I might look good in the dress. I don't know. I don't.
You've got the legs for it.
Let me. Thank you. Hello. You feel me? Come on. Don't knock no swag. You know. I'm just saying, bro. I don't know. I'm just saying. Financially, can I try it on? Do I got to put it on publicly? Can I just see how I look first? I don't know what the rules and regulations are to that. It was insane, man. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on in the world lately. It makes it very hard to just like live your regular life. Like I remember I got some in my mail. I hate opening up mail. I don't know. That's one thing I've realized the more I grew up is like now the mail's addressed to me more. It's just like never positive. It's never like, hey, how you doing? It's always like, you owe this much. I'm like, leave me alone. I'm going through a lot already. I don't have money. And it was like I got mail from who the fuck mailed me some shit? Oh, student loans. They want their money back. Shouldn't have gave me the money. You're lost. You feel me? Like at this point, the money's gone. The money's spent. I already went to school. You should have asked me then when I still had it. It's gone now. I don't know. I feel like we're like we're funding world wars and whatnot. Like why are you worried about my money? You clearly you have money to spend on everything else. Like why is my money? My $200 a month is not going to move things. You feel me? Like just leave me alone. I don't know. It just hurts. I just don't want to spend any more money. It's really easy to save money when you stay inside. It's another thing I've realized from growing up. It's like the less you step outside, the less you have to pay for things. You feel me? Because usually everything you're in is already paid for. You're already paying for that. You step outside, it's like everything costs $20 now. Like it's like it's 50 now. Inflation, fuck inflation, bro. We're just talking here. This isn't even a comedy set. We're just therapizing. Bruh. Speaking of therapy, bro, fuck modern therapy. I know you were talking about your therapist earlier. May or may not be a great person, but as far as like virtual therapy, fuck that. It's so stupid. Like I don't like I was on the social medias per usual and they like gave me some free discount to do like BetterHelp, which is like the like text, you like texting a therapist. Fuck that shit, bro. That's so stupid. Like, I mean, Shorty was like, oh, how have you been, da-da-da. And I, like, opened my heart out to this lady. I'm, like, pouring my heart out into these messages. I sent, like, a whole paragraph. And then, like, 3 days later, she texts me back, like, oh, have you tried meditation? I'm like, bitch, it's been 3 days. I could have tried to off myself. Like, what do you mean? These are all problems now. Like, we need to move forward. I don't understand. I don't like it, guys. We need to just figure something else out. Damn, man, it's been a minute. What have I been up to, guys? I always just like to come up here and just figure out where the comedy is in my life. Because I just be living, just be doing stuff. New Year passed. Sam turned 21. Shout out to Sam. Clap it for Sam. Jason was there for that evening as well. It was quite the evening. She had us out in West Hollywood for her birthday. We were out in West Hollywood, and if you guys aren't familiar with West Hollywood, it's a great place for certain communities really thrive there, and I'm really happy for them for having a safe space. Shout out to my Legitibiquas. You guys really hold it. If you guys don't know, it's LGBTQ plus. Legitibiqua, as I like to say. Shout out to them, man. They really hold it down out there. And I feel like I'm very comfortable with my sexuality to where like I have no issue with people doing what makes them happy. Like shout out to you guys. I'm no smoke, no issue. But there are some times where I do feel uncomfortable. There's a moment. Sam is a wanderer. For you guys that don't know, when she likes to have fun, she likes to wander. So I was trying to find Sam during the evening. I was like, "Where's Sam?" Luckily, she had like a little light up hat. So I was like, I could just look for the hat. So I'm looking for the hat. I'm like, oh, well, I passed the bathroom. Let me go to the bathroom. So I decided to use the bathroom. I'm proceeding to use the bathroom. As I hear the door open to the bathroom, somebody comes in. I'm using the urinal. Comes in. Oh, he is so handsome. You look so good. And I said, thank you, sir, but please let me put my meat away. That sounded like, let's just save the compliments, because I don't know which head you're complimenting. I don't know who you're talking to right now. Let me just put it away. and we can have a real conversation. I can accept it. I can tell you that's a great jacket you got on, but I can't look anywhere outside this urinal right now. Let me just finish this, and we can get to that. I just feel like there's a time and a place. You know, there's just let me just get out the bathroom for that. It was a really interesting evening for multiple reasons. I don't know how much I'm gonna say. Sam knows. Sam knows the no.
Is there a date floated around?
Nah, nothing crazy. But I'm a very nice guy, guys. I'm a very nice guy, and I just again time and a place. I had told one of my good friends before the evening. I was like, oh yeah, man, like if you need to go anywhere like afterwards, I got you. I'll drive you back. All right, cool, no worries. But during the entire evening, this gentleman proceeded to be. You ever know the conscience cricket that be on your shoulder? He was like that, but it was a grown man telling me that he was ready to leave the area. No. And I said, no problem. I understand your heart and your feelings, but this may not be the location to be pressed up on my back like that because people think we a couple now. People seeing us together, they're like, oh, how did he get you? I'm like, he don't got me. He's trying to leave. I'm trying to stay, but not like that. I'm trying to I'm okay. That's what I'm saying. I'm not uncomfortable, but he's making me a little uncomfortable. I don't know. That's as much as I'm gonna do about that. But it's a very funny scene. Off stage we'll discuss. I believe that was the two. Yeah.
Got like 30 seconds.
Amazing. We got no work done today. This was just a fun little conversation. New Year. What I took from the Cat Williams interview that I feel like I can actually pour into everyone else here is there was something motivational he did say. He's like throughout the 19 specials he's done, throughout hitting all these different cities, he's doing a new hour every time, and sometimes it's like back-to-back years, and it's like I really want us to, try to push ourselves to write new material in this year. I feel like I'm going to do that. I tend to, kind of come here freestyle and really, iron out the kinks of what you do have, but, definitely have fun with it. This is, our outlet, our hobby, so definitely make sure to keep the fun aspect of it.
Right.
This is our fun. This is our rec gym. You feel me? We'll come around, we shoot around. This is our hoops. We're having a good time here. So push yourself, push the envelope a little bit, have fun, write new material, and I will see you guys next week. Anya West, it's ONYEWST. Tapping with the kid. Yeah. Shout out to Sunda for coming back to the stage for keeping the place open. Woo,
I
Sunda!
got to tell you, we did a Cat Williams thing. That's what I was wondering because I waited for him. I waited. And Mario, what was his name? Mario Vance, his name is, the other comedian. I don't know if you know, he's so funny.
Mario Joyner?
No. It was another guy. He's the guy up there, the guy from Saturday Night Live. But anyway, I was playing Kim Kardashian, and I was waiting for Cat Williams, and I never heard Kim Kardashian's voice. And I got this, I never even heard it. I just made believe she was from Jersey. Like Snooki or something like that. No, I did Snooki too. I had to do a Snooki impression.
Snooki.
You don't even know Snooki, right?
Yes, oh my god, yes.
Everybody
You
knows
do, right? They all talk the same way down the shore. Oh, get off of me. You skeeve. I skeeve you. Skeeve. These words don't exist, you know that. Uterus, is that a word? He goes right to the uterus. You love uteruses. If you love uteruses, we're going to get you into a femme fatale show. But for everyone else here, I'm backwards. Hi. I wanted to say we're opening a new club. And yes, you're watching, and I hope you know, Unique, that we will not be doing poop jokes during the meal. Just unless we're going to eat it. Right? I'm just kidding. Unless he's like a child. He's like, okay, I promise. No. We want to thank you. We're already looking forward to Sunday. Sunday, 6:30. You better be there, Mr. Mississippi. You're going to be there, okay?
Mr. Mississippi.
And I'll be Mississippi Queen. And you know what I mean. That's right. Queen. And we're going to do something really beautiful there at this new place. And it's really great. And it's called Nameless. It's called Nameless. And sometimes I get confused because I also, I used to work at a place called No Name and a Bag of Chips. So I worked at No Name, and now I'm at Nameless. But you won't be nameless. You will be famous. Come on down to the red carpet. Let's have some fun. And Cat Williams was the first guy that got me to do improv. At Hollywood Casino, pregnant. He insisted that I'm pregnant. I mean, huge. He's like, no, you got some funny stuff. No, you gonna get up here. And he made us all get up on this stage and do improv. And I was fascinated because I'd never really seen a lot of black people do improv because Canada kicks our ass in improv. You know that. But then again, since you've been trained in London, darling, maybe you can do something for us. Yes, it's been a lovely evening. I will see you on Sunday evening. If you guys think you're funny, you probably are, but you won't know until you make it from the page.
To the stage!
That's what I'm saying. I'm playing a Drake now because I don't feel like singing. Good night, everybody. God bless you. Thank you, Jason. Samantha.